the deal? Super grateful y'all checking back in for another episode of The Grind, Vlog 29. We out here, man. It's your boy Abdul-Hafeez. Super thankful y'all checking in with the kid, for real, for real. So this last weekend had an opportunity to perform at Master the Noor over north. Super fun time. I love when I get to perform and really just express that like authentic version of myself. I just get to let loose a little bit, and even though it's very powerful messages and things to take away from my art, um, I just get a lot of joy in getting the opportunity to express it. So thankful for that. Thanks for having me, and thanks for everyone who really put the time and effort together into putting that event on. That's hey, salute. That's real dope. We need more of that, and I'm gonna hopefully continue to come back and perform if possible. But yeah, it was an amazing experience. What else did I do this weekend? I attended a training. That was really beneficial. Going to school for community health education, I learned a lot of organizing work, but I think what was a big takeaway for me in the work that I learned this weekend at Master Noor as well was that these examples that the experts were bringing in were so relevant to my community and people I identify with, and so I really enjoyed that experience, and so thanks again for the opportunity to participate in that. But this week in the vlog 29, I wanted to talk about kind of being down in the crux. If you heard me before in some other episodes, I talk about how life and comes with the ups and downs. The grind is cyclic. There's those ups and downs, right? But I think what I really wanted to talk about was when you're in the down swoop, when you're I don't call it parabola, but when you're in that turn, the down swing, um, how do you bounce back? Talk about rolling with the punches, but like, what is the mindset to being in that? And I think I explained it really well to a friend the other like a while back, and we were talking about you know the grind, and going forward, and kind of the goals and things we had. But for me, I explained it like this: when we're in the grind, when we're in the trenches, right? We're literally just in the tracks. We're in the rut. We're in the tracks of a rut, right? And someone has already forged the path ahead of us. Someone's already laid the blueprint. Someone's already did that work, and we just have to stay consistent and trot the path. Like just one day at a time, one workout at a time, one vlog at a time, one song at a time, one performance at a time. Whatever your passion work is, whatever you're trying to pursue, whatever you are trying to become, you have to do. Break it down to granular salt steps, right? And so when you're in a rut, if anybody's ever been in a snow rut, trying to get out of a snow parking spot in Minnesota, you try to follow those paths that someone else has already led. And so I think a big part about it that we have to be cognizant about is our psyche while we're there. It's, hey, right now I'm down, but I know I'm about to glow up. Like, I know I'm on the up and up. Y'all don't even get it. Like, I'm already there. I'm just have to go through this dreadful process, but not, instead of thinking of it so dreadful, it's it should become a joyful experience. You should be starting to love the grind, love that. Oh, I'm failing right now. I'm not even failing. I'm learning right now, because it's never a loss, right? It's never a loss. It's a learning process, and so by learning to love that process, learning to love the grind, and accept and acknowledge that I'm going to glow up. There's light at the end of the tunnel. That should be something to motivate you, to catapult you back upwards, And I think once we get that, then it's, again, more of an upward trend instead of those deep, ups and downs and depressions and, winter depression and things that really just eat away at our energy and motivation. And so, like, real life example, coming off of being sick just last week or whatever, before presenting in Mankato, and then having to deal with the housing crisis, and then the week before that having technology problems and having to like make quick decisions on grabbing alternatives. And so when you have something consistently always there, some obstacle, we can easily start to make excuses, right? We can easily start to make excuses, but if we put the responsibility on ourselves, right? Make shit happen, find a solution, think about it, meditate, whatever you got to do, work towards that plan, and then take on that grudging work, day after day. But again, being cognizant of where we're at, what we're trying to do, what we're trying to accomplish, and think positively about the glow up, it helps our mental capabilities to get through similar, problems. I think it literally just adds energy to our reserves, right? We have this reserve tank of shit we've already went through, right? And so if anything similar occurs, we're able to handle it much more, efficiently, calm, effectively, because we've already kind of been through a shitstorm of other stuff, right? And so again, all that is important to continue to have upward momentum when you're pursuing your pursuits, your dreams, aspirations. And so I really just wanted to talk about that a little bit more in detail, because for me, I know when I got off my workouts for a little bit, I felt down. I was like, dang, man, haven't been really accountable. And it shows because, hey, the Snapchats aren't there, And so I was just like, man, I'm committed to the process, though. I was down for a little bit. It was, it is what it is. I take full responsibility. Let's get back after it. Let's get back after it. And that's the way you got to think, and continually to work on yourself. And so that was really big for me over this last week, and I made a commitment to myself to getting organized and taking care of stuff in the house and cleaning up my environment, and I made sure that I did that, because we can hold all these promises for other people, but how true is your word to yourself? You know what I'm saying? How true is your word to yourself? For me, what that looks like? That looks like brushing my teeth twice a day. Brushing my teeth twice a day, morning, evening. Like, it's so serious, it's so simple, but it's the little things that we can fall off on, that bite away at our word and commitment and everything like that. And so for me, thinking about, again, recapping, thinking about that psyche, where's my mind at when I'm in that low point, and then more importantly, how committed am I to the process? How committed am I to my word and what I value? So those are two things that I think are important, that we have to be mindful of while we're in the grind. And so that's all I want to share this week, man. I appreciate you guys joining in. Just like the video and continue to come back. I appreciate you and your time. Till next time, y'all. Be smooth. Stay hungry.